Good morning, everybody. Happy
Hi.
Wednesday. Hi, Christine. Tink is already in here and she has sprinkled.
Yes, yeah.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so welcome to Bella Crafts Live. If you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Lisa Rojas, and that, I got it right, is my business partner and very, very good friend, Ann Butler.
Yes.
Yes. And we own Bella Crafts Publishing, if you don't know that. And I'll give you a little brief thing about Bella Crafts Publishing. We put out a free craft magazine 4 times a year, absolutely free. You don't have to do anything for it. It just go to our website, sign up, and it will go directly into your inbox. And no worries about us in date in
Inundating.
thank you. With a bunch, yeah, that one just was not coming out.
I know. I,
Yeah,
I have lots of those.
yeah, we're not going to bombard you with emails and all of that. Everything is, crafty goodness, and just lots of fun. So if
Yeah.
you haven't signed up, do so, please. We would love that. And also, while you're there, we have some ebooks that we have for sale on different craft um, genres. There we go. Oh, look
There
at
you go.
me. Look
I
at
was going to
me.
let you just take that one.
All
Not
right.
sure what you're going to say. You take it.
Yeah. So, check those out while you're there. And, if you see something you like, pick it up. You'll love it. I promise you'll love them. Hi, Isabel. Hi, Becca.
Hey, everyone.
All right, girls. Well, you guys asked for Halloween, and I am not one to turn down Halloween if I don't have to. So, as you can see in the background here behind me, that way, whatever. Over here, that's from Hocus Pocus. My bestest friend bought me that for Christmas this last year, and I just absolutely love it. So, she hangs out in my room. I am a huge, huge Halloween fanatic. So,
Yes.
there it is. So if I can do Halloween in August, I'm a happy girl. Happy girl. So today we are going to be working on a project. It's a lighted coffin, and I'm going to, show you all about it. And we did it with Cricut. And I will share all of that information with you guys. And can you think of anything else before I jump in?
I'll talk when you're doing that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to switch my cameras and then we're going to get busy.
Becca loves Halloween cards, treat boxes, bags for the kiddos that visit.
Yes. Yes.
That is
Yes.
always special.
I am with all of it.
And I want to remind everybody to like, comment, and share hashtag Bella Crafts to enter for this week's giveaway.
Right.
And I'm going to let Lisa take it over.
All right. Here we go. Okay. So this is, I don't even know if you can see it during the day. Probably not. But it's got a little tea light in there. But this is just an adorable box that I found on Cricut. Now, I don't have a pattern for this because this box originally was done by Cheesed Cottage Crafts in Design Studio for Sizzix or for Cricut. So I will put the link in for her stuff. Okay, so you'll know that you'll know you'll see the original pattern. I kind of changed it up just a little bit, but you'll see the original pattern and everything there. I'm going to put it in the blog post also. Okay, so hi, Owen. Oh, I just saw Anne's grandson in in the in the background there. Okay, so this is what we are making today, you guys. So absolutely love it. It's super, super fun. And let's get started. All right. I got my glue gun plugged in and I am ready to go. All right. Let me put a mat down. There we go. Because I want to make sure I don't, ruin my good mat. Okay. So I'm going to show you all of the little pieces to this. And as I said, when I do the blog post, I'll put, I'm assuming it's a her, Cheesed Cottage Crafts. I'll put her link in so you guys can see the actual project that I did. Okay, but let me grab all of my pieces here for now. All right. So I did switch it up some. Made some changes. So that is what we're going to start with. So this is what the original pattern looks like. Okay. And then she's got the side pieces here and back pieces and the base. They're all the patterns are there. It's a really great, great fun project that I hope you guys give it a try. But what I did is because I switched it up some. So this is the original. And so what I did was obviously I cut all of this out on black cardstock. And then for this, I didn't want the skeleton in here. So I just cut him out. Okay, because I just wanted the box part of it. And she has quite a few other really good designs in Design Studio. Okay, so I cut that part out and then I'm going to fold down these score marks here. There we go. So we're going to fold all of these down and over on this side. And then this last side piece here. All right. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to go over and just kind of crease those. And this is an 80-pound cardstock. I think if I were to do it again, I think I would use a little bit heavier cardstock. I mean, this 80-pound is okay, but I would want something a little bit heavier because it's something that you're going to be displaying and people, if people want to pick it up and whatnot. So, but for this, I did use the 80-pound. Okay, so we've got that part. And then these are the side pieces that have already been cut and scored. And then I'm going to fold these down on these scores. There we go. All right, we got that. Okay. Get all of these score marks folded. Okay. There. All right. Now we're ready to pretty much put it together. Okay, so for mine, I cut 2 of these black pieces, and one is going to be for the back of the coffin. I'm going to show you that here in just a sec. Where's my tape? There it is. So I'm going to layer this on top of my cardstock because this pattern paper is more of the flimsy kind, and I wanted something that was a little bit more solid. Okay, so I want to lay that down. There we go. And then we're going to lay that right. Oops, I got that on there crooked. Okay, it's on a little crooked, so I want to straighten it out some. And of course, I'm using Adtex adhesive. And you know, it's really sticky, so I don't know if it's going to let me move it much. That's all right. We'll make it work. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in and trim these edges up just a little bit. And you're going to sit this in the back of your coffin, so you're not even going to see it a whole lot. So that's why I'm not really terribly concerned that my paper is a tad bit crooked, because it's still going to look adorable inside the coffin. Okay, so we've got that piece. And now what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this to, oops, nope, wait, I want to put my coffin together first. So glue gun. All right. So you've got all of the score marks and everything that you need on this design, which makes it so much easier to put together. Okay, so we're going to start here at the top. And glue these. All right, let me get that in straight. Okay, now one more thing before I put that together. We're gonna add our little layer. This is some acetate that I had that had these cute little bats on it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is adorable for this. So we're gonna add this. Almost forgot, guys. That would have not been good. We're going to add this to the inside here. So this is going to be the front portion. So you want to make sure that your acetate is facing the correct way, or pattern paper, or you can use vellum for this, or you can leave it open. You know, if you want, it doesn't really matter. It's however you want to do it. Okay, so we're going to finish putting these down. Oops. Oh, I'm out. Okay. Next. Okay, lay that down, and then that little bottom piece right there. Okay. So now we are going to put this part together. Okay, so we're going to start here. And you see that there's a hole in this. This is going to go to the bottom of your design, okay? It'll make a lot more sense once you see it. I'm going to add some glue So it'll make it a little bit quicker. To go together. Okay, and then we're going to add all of these. Oh, this is Cricut off. Boy, I'm doing Cricut this morning, guys. Let me take this off. Because you don't want crooked. But, okay, let's try this again. Again, for this part, I'm not really going to worry too much. About the, well, come on. There we go. I'm not going to worry too much about messing it up a little bit. Just because, there we go. All right, because for one, it's a Halloween project, and for two, who cares? It's not going to be an issue. All right, so now we are ready to put our back piece on. So for this, I like to take it a little bit slow because, again, you're putting a box together. So you really want to make sure that you get these lines on here straight. Get your corners and everything done straight, or your box is going to be a mess. And you don't want that. All right. I'm trying to get my glue gun to come on. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take this and then we're going to go all the way around, and I'm just going to do a side at a time. Okay, so put that one over there. And you can see as we go, you can see it already forming together to create your box. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to add the side pieces here. And this one. And you can see too that this goes together pretty quick. It's a pretty quick project. Now, the way that the designer that created this box, the way she did it, she did a lot more stuff. So again, you'll see that in the pattern if you have Design Studio. Okay, and then we're going to just glue this bottom part. Glue that around. Here we go. Okay, I want to make sure that that's done. And then I'm going to fold this last little end in here. And then we're going to glue that. There we go. Okay. So now you have your base of your box. Okay, so for this part, now you can get these things at the dollar store, at Target, Walmart, or wherever, Amazon. You can get a little Halloween type stuff decor that you can use. This is just some skeletons that I had in my stash, and this is about 6 inches, so you'll know the height of it. And what I did is I put him in here, and I wanted to secure him because I did not want him to be moving around. So I'm going to lay him in there like this. That back piece is really slippery, so yeah, it slides. All right, and then we're going to add just a tad bit of glue down here at the bottom for his feet. Get him in there straight. Okay. Let's see. And then I'll add a tad bit of glue back here just to kind of hold him in place. Okay. There we go. Now we're ready, and we're going to put the lid on. Okay, and that's going to go next. So for here, we've already got our acetate on. So I'm just going to glue this and close him off. Whoops, got a little bit of something. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. And I'm not worried at all about these tabs showing, just because I'm going to put some ribbon on top, so you're not even going to see them. Okay, and then we'll just start gluing this together. Such a cute idea. I believe if I remember it right, the original designer of this pattern, she did a countdown. So she had a paper skeleton with paper pumpkins, and then she did the 31 days, and she did a countdown with it, and it was just really, really cute. But I thought, yeah, if my kids or even my grandkids were younger, I might do something like that. But I thought, let's just do like a little table decoration. Okay. And of course, you know that I am always rushing through these projects because I don't want you guys to be here all day listening to me go on. So, make sure that you take your time and get everything straight and, and all that fun stuff. Okay, and then we have this last piece. There. Okay. Now, because I have the acetate on here, your sides are a little harder to glue down because you don't have anything that you can grab onto. So just make sure that you add lots of glue, because once you add your ribbons on, it's not going to matter. Okay. And then we've got this last little piece down here, and I'm going to take the glue gun, just run a little bit of glue right across the bottom there. Okay, there. All right. So now we're going to add some ribbon. And this one we're going to put around the bottom piece. So we're only going to use a little piece of this. And you want to make sure when you're adding your ribbon that you do not cover up the hole underneath, because if you do, then you won't be able to see your candle. So we don't want that. Okay, add a little dab of glue here. Get that centered. There we go. And then we'll add the ribbon all the way around to the side here. Oh, my glue gun is giving me an issue today. All right. So there. Come on. And then wrap those edges over. And glue those in place. There we go. Okay. All right. So now we're going to add the big ribbon across all the way. It's going to go all the way around. And this is why, because I used a wider ribbon, you'll see that it completely covers up all of these pieces right here. So you don't even see it. So we're going to put that there. Let me just glue it down first, and then I'll cut it. Okay. And again, I'm not gluing my hole. And then we're just going to take this and wrap it all the way around. There we go. And of course, you can use regular glue too if you don't want to use a glue gun. Or even, some double-sided tape. Looks like spider webs. Okay. And then we're just going to finish. Oh, boy. All right. And then let me come down. And we'll trim that, get that up out of the way. And then that last little tab right there. Okay. Ooh. All right. So now you've got your complete box done, this part of it. And now we're going to do the stand. Oh, but before we're going to do the stand, if this bothers you, that's why you cut the second piece of this. And you add that on, and then that will cover up all of your stuff on the back. If it doesn't bother you, then you can leave it. Again, totally up to you. lay this down. There we go. And then just finish taping this on here. And then that covers up all of those other edges, which for me, I think is important that you do cover it up, just for the simple fact that it is going to be sitting on a table or something like that. And you want to make sure that, that your seams and stuff are not showing. At least I don't like it. Again, it's up to you, however you want to do it. All right, so now we've got that. Now this is for the base. This is super, super easy. It's going to come out like this when you use the Cricut. And we're going to fold all of these score marks. And this part goes together really, really fast. Now, you can also find, if you don't have a Cricut, guys, and you want to still create this box, you can go on Pinterest, and there are tons of coffin patterns that you can get, to use if you don't have a Cricut. So I wanted to make sure that, it was available for those of you that don't have electronic machines. And I went ahead and I checked Pinterest as I was working on this one, and Pinterest does have tons of coffin patterns. I have a coffin pattern somewhere in my stash. I just am not real sure where it is at this moment, which is the reason why I went through Cricut. All right. So as you can see, this is going to be the base, and this is the bottom portion of the base. Okay. So you've got your hole here, and then this is going to be your top. Or bottom, or whatever. Okay, main thing is it's going to go together. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get your holes lined up. So you're going to flip that over. Before you do that, then you want to put your candle inside. Okay, and then put your box. Whoops, that flap got in the way. All right, come on, baby. Okay, now it turned on me. Okay. This is how I did mine, so it wouldn't move around as much. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape, and I'm just going to tape this down to the box, just so I don't have to deal with the flopping around while I'm trying to put it together. Okay, so you want to make sure that your battery operated candle, that you have access to the on and off button. So you just tape that in there like that, and then it'll hold down better when you're trying to put the top on it. Okay, and then we're going to go back in here with the top of the box. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. And now you have your little light there. Make sure before I put everything together that it's going to work. Yep, there we go. Works. I know you can't see it real well, but okay. And then to give it a little bit more stability, um, for this base, you can glue these edges closed, but then you're not going to have access to your battery if you want to change it out. So again, that would be, totally up to you. And then now what we're going to do from here is we're going to take a little bit of spider webbing. This stuff is so much fun, but oh boy, does it get everywhere. So I just kind of take a chunk, just kind of take a chunk of it, and then I just start fluffing it out to how I want it. But yeah, this stuff gets everywhere, but it's fun to play with. So there's that. Okay. So we're just going to take some of this and just kind of stretch it out there a little bit. And then we're going to lay this right on top here. And then what you can do from here is you can add a little bit of tape on the sides. And then that'll kind of keep your spider webbing in place. Okay, again, you don't have to do it that way. It's just, for me, it was just easier, I thought. You just add a little bit just to make sure that everything stays down. Okay, and then one little piece over here. There we go. Okay, and then I wanted to make sure that my light could totally shine through. So I went ahead and kind of cut this out. Although, after I did it, I realized I didn't really need it because it still shines really pretty through all of the spider webbing anyways. But I went ahead and did it like that. So, all right. Now, from here, what we're going to do is now we're going to make sure that our holes on our box and on our stand here, make sure that they line up really good. And then you're just going to glue this down. Okay. So I'm going to take some hot glue and hopefully this will stay where I put it. There. Okay. And then you can add a little bit more on the front here, just to give it some more stability. And that is too also the reason why I said I would use a heavier cardstock. The 80-pound, I didn't think that it was actually strong enough because of what we're using it for. But again, it's just a personal opinion. All right, so I'm going to add some more glue in there. You want to make sure that your coffin lid really stays on top. All right, add some more glue. There we go. Okay, and then from here, you're just going to decorate the rest of it. Okay, and I'll show you how I did with my finished one. So that's how you do it, you guys. It's very, very simple. It's, it's a great project to make for Halloween, I think. And then you want to finish it off, of course, by adding some decorations. So I added a spider up here, and then down here at the bottom, I added a couple other little spiders, and then I added my boo sign on the front. And then also, this is just a Halloween sticker that I had in my stash, and I just added that to the side, and there you go. I just think that it's just absolutely adorable. And this is going on display in the Oz room for Scary Movie Night. So I got to tell Rich that this is going into the front or into the Oz room. But super easy. All right. So that's it for me. Hang on just 1 second while I switch my cameras. Talk amongst yourselves.
I will go over some of the comments.
Okay.
That Rebecca said she has a die cut treat box that's a coffin that fits a Pez dispenser. So she makes those for Halloween each year.
Cute idea.
Isabel said, I don't tend to do Halloween projects. Me either, Isabel.
Yeah,
I'm always up for learning the different techniques and ideas. And I think that's so important. I think that whether you like a particular project or you would ever do it, I think we can always learn something, right?
Yeah. I agree 100%. Are you kidding? Yeah. That's like one of the best ways to learn is when it's not something that you would do normally. You know what I mean? Because then it becomes more of like a little challenge. So
how can I use that technique?
Exactly.
Bonnie says the ribbon finishes it up nicely and that she thinks it's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Isabel also said that she thinks pear blossom press light in the coffin would be really scary.
Oh yes, that would be.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that. And I know.
That's why I thought they were at first when I saw the picture.
Yeah.
I thought, cool, she's using Amanda's lights.
No, but I will. I mean, I always use Amanda's lights for other stuff, so I will use it again soon.
Christine said, see, that's what I love about you. You and Anne make sure everyone can do the craft, can craft the items you make. Yeah, we try.
Well, it's you can get into a situation where if you're not sharing, oh gosh, I don't even know how to put that.
Alternative ways to make something with the items they have.
Yeah, you gotta, I mean, as designers, as instructors, teachers, whatever anybody wants to call us, that's what we do. That's why I mentioned, because I did do this all with Cricut, in Design Studio. The pattern was not mine, so I gave her credit because that's important. You don't use somebody else's stuff without giving, some credit. So with that, but that's why I wanted an alternative. If you don't have Design Studio, you can go to Pinterest, and coffin patterns are everywhere on Pinterest. I looked because I wanted to make sure.
And when you said I have a coffin pattern somewhere, I know you do because we've had it in the magazine before.
Yeah.
So I know you have a coffin pattern. But
yeah, I do. It's around somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah. But this is okay. So like, we like to keep things basic and simple. Not that all of our projects look that way, but we would hate to come into your homes twice a week and show you things where you have to invest hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that is not good. And we don't do that.
Yeah. But no.
Bonnie loved the spider webbing on your coffin.
Oh, thank you, Bonnie.
And Becca said, you'll have to look at her comment here. I'll just put it on screen. Okay.
I love that, Becca.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You are too cute, girl.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh.
And Christine loves it. Everybody loved it, so.
Oh, nice.
It's fun when we bring things that you enjoy.
Yes. Not like wreaths that just did not turn out remotely.
And she never redid it like she said she was
going to. I never redid it because when I got home, and you guys that follow us all the time know this about this wreath, I told them when I got home, I was like, no, I'll put it together when I get home. I'll get better supplies. Blah, blah, blah. I got home, I ripped everything apart, and I threw it all away and said, nope, I'm done with it. It didn't come out the way I wanted it. Oh, I was just.
And do you know what one of my vendors that I work for requested of me last week? Gosh. Hey, Ann, can you do a paper wreath?
Yeah, my business partner can't, but I could.
I mean, it just reminded me of your wreath. And I'm just like, oh, do I even want to do a paper wreath? But
I have done plenty of paper wreaths, and they've turned out gorgeous. I've even done some for the magazine, but that one was just a disaster.
Well, it happens.
There's no,
you were in the mountains. You didn't have all your. It's different when you're in your own studio.
Oh yeah, because I definitely would have
things.
Yep, I would have grabbed this and that, and I would have switched it up, and yeah.
Right. Becca was asking if you got the bat acetate at Michael's.
That actually, I have seen it in Michael's, so I do know that it's there. But this particular one came in a book from Michael's that had 12 by 12 Halloween papers.
Paper.
Okay, so the paper pack. I know that Michael's had it. Well, they had it last year, I think, because I think that's when I got that pattern pack. But again, Becca, you can probably find it anywhere. I try to use things that I know you guys, if you don't have the same exact thing, that you've got something you can substitute it with. Because it's no fun to watch somebody do a project and then go, well, I can't do that because I don't have any of the supplies and I don't know where she got them. And, no. And also, I will make sure that when I do the blog post, links will be in. I'll definitely give you the link for this lady's pattern. She does some really cool stuff, I tell you. So,
and Bonnie says we all have projects like that.
Yeah.
We all just move on to the next. This one was great. It's true. And
thank you. It is true, but it's a little harder when you're live, though.
When you're live, yeah, and don't have this. But even though some of the things we do and it looks easy, we may have made it 5 different ways.
Oh yeah.
Before we show it to you.
Oh yeah.
To come up with the better way.
This project, it was like that. It took me some time because, I wanted to redo it, do it differently, I should say, not redo it, but just do it differently. And, trying to do that and figure out. And I went through, quite a bit of black cardstock.
I was going to say black cardstock.
Yeah, I went through quite a bit, but that's all right. I mean,
I love black cardstock.
I know you do.
Okay, so I've had some of my grandkids here this week. I had Aiden here Monday night and Tuesday, and then I had Owen last night and today. So Aiden came with a plan. We bought him a shirt. He wanted me to make him a shirt, so we did that. And then he said,
awesome.
I want a house. I'm like, a house for what? And it was for something specific. And I'm like, we can get directions. I can use one of Eileen's dies. She has a house. No, I only want it 3 or 4 inches high.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, oh my God. So we started with craft sticks, you know.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And then, well, you know, if it was a color, and I didn't have to paint it. So then we covered it with mat board. I mean, it was a process, people. And then his brother came and said, can we make a house? And I'm like, let's make something else.
Yeah. Takes it a little easier.
Anything else. Everything isn't fun.
This is true. If
we really, really wanted a house, we would have made one.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course.
But he just wanted to make something. So we've made a couple crafts. They
love that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Zoe and I do every time she's here. You know, we're knee deep in something. That and movies.
Rebecca says, I could always stamp bats on plain acetate. Yes, you could.
Yes, you can. Make sure that you use a permanent, like a stays-on or something like that, so it doesn't rub off on you.
I'm going to grab some.
Yeah, totally. Just, Becca, stamp up some acetate, and there you wouldn't have to worry about trying to find it. You know, there are so many things now that, you know, you can get at Amazon. That's why a lot of times I'm not really uncomfortable not sharing certain things, because I know that you can get the stuff somewhere. So I always like to make sure that, you know, you got a backup plan. But that's a great idea, because then you don't got to look for the acetate. You can create your own.
Yes.
And you only need a little tiny piece. So, you know, yeah, easy peasy.
We will announce last week's winner during my live.
Yes.
So be sure and come back in just about an hour. I am going to be doing glass etching. And when I said I did something different with Owen, I did, because I did my project. And I just happened to have these mugs.
Oh, cool.
So he did this one, and he said, well, I wanted a little Cricut, which is cute. And so there's Owen's, and then this one is Aiden's. So that's glass etching, and that's what we're going to be doing at 2:00. And this literally, I mean, it takes no time at all, and you don't have to wear a mask or there's no fumes. Etchall is an awesome product.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So we're not going to be doing these. We're doing wine glasses. But
woo!
I had these, and they were perfect for the boys. And
see, and if you're doing wine glasses, I would like to make some wine charms with resin. Wouldn't that be fun?
My wine glasses are stemless.
They're what? They're what?
Stemless. They're, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
There's no stem.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
With the round bottom.
Yep.
I got you. All right.
Etching is something I've always wanted to do and just never have. Look forward to that one. Hi, Karen.
There you go.
Taught us. Yeah, Becca, you know, glass etching, it looks like it should be so hard. But, and there are different products online, and there are some where you have to wear a mask or do it outside or do all the things.
Yeah, jump through the hoops.
But with Etchall, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, that is just so beautiful, and it's easy and no fumes, and it's reusable. So like whatever you use, you get to put it all back in the jar.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Barbie hasn't been around for all of these years by having a product that, you know, was just kind of iffy. Her stuff is amazing.
Her product,
Barbie is the one that owns Etchall.
It is, and her product is the product that I don't know if they still do, but back in the day, it did all the VIN numbers on all the vehicles.
Yeah.
They use her product. I don't know if they do it that way anymore, if they sandblast them now, but.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Barbie is like 94 years old and
Yeah.
she is a fireball.
Oh, yeah, she is. Oh, yeah, she is.
Rebecca, the messy part has stopped you.
Well,
And I get that, but because I'm doing it in my studio and I don't have like water accessible. I mean, I can bring a pan of water, I can do all those things, but I'm going to show you a way that maybe my very good friend Julie McGuffey would say, don't do it that way. Get a pan of water. I do it a different way. It's not that messy. And it works.
Yeah. Yeah. And on that note too, Becca, that was one of the reasons why I stayed away from resin, the pre-mixing stuff. But the stuff that Aaron's talking about with this etch-all, yeah, it's something that you would enjoy, I think.
Love. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you would really enjoy it.
Yep. So we will be back in an hour. I have to feed a grandchild. His mom's picking him up. And we'll be back at 2.
Yes. Yes, we will. All right. So until then, everybody,
wonderful.
Make sure to take a little time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul. And Isabel, you are correct. Julie is the queen of etch-all.
Oh,
Julie
yes,
has
she
been
is.
doing it since the early 1990s.
Yeah. She's amazing with etch-all. Oh my gosh.
She told me in the early 1990s what etch-all was. And she gave me my first etch-all product. And then she gave me the plates, all the things to do it. It took me a few years before I ever did it.
Yeah.
But it is very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we'll see you back in a little less than an hour. Okay. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone. Thanks
See
for
ya.
being here.